Hello, family, friends, and fans. I'm Fletcher Rhoden, and this is Shoulder to Shoulder, Track by Track. Yep, I'm going through my new 2026 pop album, Shoulder to Shoulder, and I'm doing it track by track so that you can, on consecutive days, hear a new song, get a little insight behind the creation of it, and maybe be excited enough to, hey, download the whole album. You know, Shoulder to Shoulder, like all my music, is available for download wherever you like to download your favorite music. You can download mine. This is a new album. It may take a little time to get to your favorite download site, if it's Luna or Deezer or iTunes, but it's coming. So if you're really impatient, go to another site. Or if you can wait, wait. Hey, if you want to hear the whole album free, you can go to the overview webisode of this mini-series installment. There's a link there. You can hear the whole album for free right now. If you want to hear the song I'm going to talk about, there's a link below. And let's talk about that song now, shall we? It's called Straight Fire. Now, this album, Shoulder to Shoulder, has this liet motif of uh, military jargon as applied to a romantic context. So, songs like Shoulder to Shoulder, which use a military phrase, shoulder to shoulder, really relate to standing side by side with your partner, your your love interest, your gal, your guy, your whatever. So a lot of that's prevalent on the record. Here we've got a song called Straight Fire, which also has a militaristic application. Fire straight. Straight fire. But in this case, and also as in with a lot of these songs, it's got a second meaning, and that's the romantic meaning. Because I have to admit, I'm going to tell you this. For the first time ever, I've been writing songs for 50 years. And for the first time ever, usually, as you know, as you may know, I hear things. I hear turns of phrase. I think of things sometimes. Mostly I hear them and I write them down. I think that'd be a good song title. That'd be a good song title. And that's plenty of inspiration for me, you know. But one night, I was thinking, instead of just waiting for a thing to come my way, like Shoulder to Shoulder or Wish You Were Her, I decided I'm going to look up popular phrases and see what there is and start, and do it that way. So I searched, you know, contemporary phrases or something, slang, hip slang or something, 2026, something like that. 2025, I guess would have been at the time. And and I came up with a bunch of phrases, which I looked at them all and I reviewed them and I thought, all right. And the one I liked was straight fire. And this is the only time I've ever done this. And I won't ever do it again because I've written enough songs for the next 10 years. So, straight fire, what this means is the phrase fire in the modern parlance means very good. If you're listening to a beat and you're like, oh man, this beat is fire. This song is fire. Our love is fire. That means it's, red hot. It's very, very good. For people of my generation, extremely in the affirmative. It's not actually my generation, but whatever. So, and then straight fire, straight means like straight up. It means like very much so. Straight up, straight. I guess it means maybe it derives from I'm being straight with you. I don't really know. But straight fire means very, very good. If fire is very good, straight fire is really, really notably, exceptionally positive. So here I have this term, straight fire, which kind of reminds me a bit of the military thing, shooting straight. So I say, great, here's another song. And I write this one. And I'm writing it. And it's, at the time, I was writing a lot of songs. And I was really stretching. I was looking for anything that wasn't 145, 1625. Musicians, if you don't know that, if you're a musician, you know what I mean. If you're not, what I mean by 145 is the one chord, the four chord, and the five chord. So if you're listening to a rock and roll song or a blues song or an early rock song like a Kinks song or an early Who song or something, you're probably listening to only three chords: the one chord, the four chord, and the five chord. It's been used a million times, and I've used it myself. But I try to stay away from it because it's just so hacky. All right. There's also the 1-6 minor 4-5, which is dun 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 dun. Okay, you've heard that a million times from doo-wop songs and the like. And then all the other staple classic chord progressions, I just try to avoid them when I can. Sometimes you got to use them. When they work, they work. But you don't just rely on a chord progression like that to build a song on, because we've all heard those a million times. So at that time in particular, remembering that I had just come off of doing 2 a cappella records where I was really limited in what I could get away with singing. I couldn't just do jazzy inversions and crazy explorational arrangements because they would have fallen apart. I had to stay local, I had to stay small with the a cappella stuff. But once I had a piano and a guitar, and then later I had an electric guitar, it was time to spread out. So this song in particular, Straight Fire, I was using chords I would never have used, right? So here's a little something else I'll tell you. Mostly before this album, mostly I wrote songs without ever touching a guitar. That's my main instrument. It's portable. It's the one I learned first. I always wrote all my songs just in my head. And then in the end, I'd come to the guitar and figure out what the chords are. And then right before recording, I would do that. But mostly, I just wrote the songs from my intuition. Okay. But this time, I really felt like I was onto something special and I really wanted to write good songs. So I had a guitar in my hand during the writing of every song. Unusual for me. Okay? I didn't keep doing that either. I only did that for this album. So while I'm writing this song, Straight Fire, and I've got my guitar in my hand, and I'm playing the chords, and I explore, I experiment, I allow myself that privilege, and I stumble onto a chord in the chorus. I think it's an extra A minor 7 chord, but it gives it this lopsided feel. It's not it's not 4 measures at a time. It's not 1625. It's this weird lopsided kind of a thing. Okay. And it was because of this one chord in the chorus. Otherwise, the thing is, it's okay, but it's this one chord in the middle of the chorus that really intrigued me. And I wrote it, I had a guitar, I knew it would work, I wrote it down. Okay. So then I move on to the recording stage. And I'm recording the bass. You record the drum track and you record the guide vocal, which has got some guitar with it maybe, and then you're recording the bass. And the bass is committing. You're committing to it. So I remember recording the bass of this song and thinking, what was I thinking adding that extra chord in the chorus? It's so lopsided and strange. And I was really going to change it. I was going to just start from the beginning and re-record the song, or I was going to alter it at that point, at the bass point where I could still change everything from that point forward. And I decided, you know what? I'm going to trust myself and let this go. And if it's bad and I really hate it, I'll either throw the song away, as I do very often, or I'll re-record it, as I do quite often, and I'll change the thing. but let's give this a chance, just in case it's good. I totally didn't understand what I was thinking of. It was Tuesday, and I didn't know what I was thinking of on Monday. But I just decided, let's go with it. So then I was committed at the bass part. Then rhythm guitars, keyboards, things of that sort. They've all got to be the same. By that point, you're committed. So I was committed to this chord in the chorus. And I kept doing it, and I kept not understanding what on earth I was thinking. But I just decided, stick with it. Why not? It's only a song. They're not going to come kill you because you got it wrong. So I got to the point where I was singing it, or I was writing the lyrics, writing the melody. Generally, I write the melody and the lyrics together, and I do that after the basic tracks are done. I entrust that I'll find the right melody and words. They come later. So I'm doing those things, and I'm writing the melody and the words, and then I get it. Then I understood what I was thinking of originally, which I kind of lost track of, but I just took a leap of faith. But when I got to writing the melody and singing it and singing the words, I got exactly what I was thinking of, So I was sort of ahead of myself. I was one step ahead of myself on this song, which is rare, but it's something I like. I want that. I want to be one step ahead of myself. What I don't want to do is just repeat the same ideas. I've created new chord progressions, folks. Chord progressions that don't exist in any other songs but mine. I've invented arrangement techniques such as modulating from one key into the next, but then modulating back into the original key, but not modulating down. You modulate from 1 to 2, and then from 2 all the way back to 8. Okay? And nobody does that. I've invented things just because I was so bored with song structure. But this time, I even surprised myself. I was like, whoa, wow, that's good. I like this. Straight Fire is a great song. It's unique, it's lopsided, it's interesting, it's very satisfying to me. And it certainly furthers the leitmotif of a militarization of love. It's love militarized. That's my new album. It's called Shoulder to Shoulder. And now we've talked about every song track by track. So thanks for tuning in and watching these. As always, there's a link below. You can hear the song for free. If you want to hear the whole album, there's a download. There's a link on the overview webisode where you can hear the whole album for free right on YouTube. There are also other videos that I made for some of my singles from this record. Wish You Were Her and Shoulder to Shoulder both got their own specialized videos. So check those out. Download the album, why don't you? It's only like $8. It's like $1 a song. So it's $8 for 40 minutes of cool music. You can listen to it in your car, listen to it while you're jogging or whatever you like to do, and check it out, won't you? It's called Shoulder to Shoulder. I'm Fletcher Rhoden. It's my new album for the year. Enjoy it. Tune in again because I've got more albums that are from, the past that I'm still doing track by track shows about. Like in 2 months, in August, there's a track by track analysis of The Wendy Theory, an album I've mentioned here. And so on and so on. And these are going to go on for years. So keep tuning in, keep watching. Thank you for your time and attention. Enjoy my music. Won't you tune in again? And until then, bye, Mary.